Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 8 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Green Bay Packers versus the Chiefs. Kansas City, that is. Let's start with the over-under at 47.5, and the spread is -5. This was supposed to be one of the best games of the year. I was really looking forward to it, but with the injuries, man, so disappointing. All right, we're going to start off with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Aaron, is back in action. Last 4 games, 53 fantasy points, 22 fantasy points, 29 fantasy points. My man is back with vengeance, averaging 28 over the last 4. And over the year, that boosts him up to 20 fantasy points a game. That ranks him 8th. So everybody that was sleeping on my man, back on up off. He's ranked 5th in passing yards. He's had 14 touchdowns. That ranks 4th. Beast. So you're going to start Aaron Rodgers. I know that was a slight question before, but you're starting Aaron Rodgers. Unfortunately, Davante Adams, I believe, will be out again. He does say he feels 1,000,000 times better than when he had originally gotten injured, but apparently that's not good enough. Millions of times better is not good enough for this man. Does he not know what millions are? Is he so rich that he does not comprehend how much millions of times better? If I'm millions of times better getting over a cold, I'm over that damn cold. I'm over the cold. If I'm 1,000,000 times better, if my car is 1,000,000 times better than it was before, it's not going to break down still. You're not 1,000,000 times better, Davante Adams. You're just feeling better. And you're obviously not feeling better enough to play the damn games. So stop telling me how many millions of times you're better. Sorry. Real salty about that. I got my man on like 5 teams, and it would have been real helpful to have my number 1 pick. But this man's 1,000,000 times better chilling on my bench. About to change my name to the $1 million baby. All right. So I actually don't trust MVS. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I'm not a big fan personally. I like Aaron Rodgers. I just don't know who to trust in their offense. He had 2 receptions off of 3 targets last game for 133 yards. I don't trust that. That's not consistency. That's not reliable. So I'm not starting MVS. I don't care what they say. I'm not starting Geronimo Allison either. Same thing. Up and down. Real sketch. But you can start Aaron Jones because that man is a beast. Averaging 19.8 fantasy points a game. That's ranked 5th against the running backs. You like that. He has 9 touchdowns on the year. That's number 1. Of course, that 4 touchdown game pretty helps. Averaging 85 yards a game as well. That's 14th. Love it. Love it. I think he is a top 10 play this week. Jamal Williams as a running back 3 this week. Not terrible. I think that he's pretty decent. The Chiefs are actually really bad against the running back, allowing 21 fantasy points a game. That's 8th in the league. So we're gonna keep going. Jimmy Graham, you can start Jimmy Graham. It's one of those, you don't know where it's gonna go. You don't know who he's gonna target. But Jimmy Graham is a fine start if you need a tight end and you're desperate. I don't know if I have the Packers anywhere higher than like fringe play for defenses. All right, let's go to the Chiefs. All right. Normally, this would be the time where I get to say, where are my homies? Where they at? Where they at? Where are my homies? They up to no good? Not this time, though, unfortunately. David, I think his name is David Moore? Matt Moore? Something more. It's going to be taking over the quarterback position for Patrick Mahomes. He played pretty decent last week. But he's obviously no Patrick Mahomes, so it's definitely a downgrade for the players, but it's not like a catastrophic downgrade. I think he's a middle of the pack backup quarterback. He should be able to keep his receivers afloat. He did have a nice touchdown to Tyreek Hill, so that gives me a little bit of confidence. You're obviously starting Tyreek Hill. Sammy Watkins might be back, and if he's back, I think he is a playable asset. Packers are about, I don't know, 14th against the wide receiver, allowing 20 fantasy points a game. I think that you can start Sammy Watkins, but after Mecole Hardman and the rest of them, Demarcus Robinson, they're dart throws. So it's just like the Packers. If you want to throw a dart, plant your flag. That's on you. But I think that they're all going to be wide receiver threes, other than Tyreek Hill, personally. Damian Williams has been a catastrophic disappointment this year for a lot of people. Fortunately, I only drafted him in like 2 leagues, and one league I got him in like the 4th round, and then the other league I got him in like the 8th round after the LaShawn McCoy news came out. But I feel really bad because in my other drafts he was going in the 1st, the 2nd, and I was like, ooh, a little high for me, a little rich for my blood. But my boy LaShawn McCoy is on the squad now, back with Andy Reid. I actually like him. He's averaging 10 points a game so far. I have him as a low end running back 2, high end flex play running back 3. He's been playing okay. He only had 9 points last game, but he does have some upside. I think they'll need to run it a little bit more with Patrick Mahomes out instead of slinging it for, I don't know, 3 passes on a drive for 85 yards like Pat Mahomes can do. So they'll have to actually be involved. I think that actually might help LaShawn McCoy. And you're going to start Travis Kelce. So let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my social media down below. Mike Williams, Fantasy Bay. I'm out. Good luck on Sunday.